Perfect. Hello, Felix.
Hello, Jessica.
Welcome to this presentation. So this presentation is going to be about APAC integration. So not only marketplaces, but also food delivery. So let me introduce Felix, who is the APAC tech lead. We work together on finding what are the best integration for APAC, and we're here to introduce our best selection that we did this year, okay? So let's dive into the agenda. So first of all, I think that would be super important to explain why integration are important in APAC, okay? Why Odoo itself at the core is probably not enough, because probably APAC has a different way of doing commerce or different way of doing deliveries. And then we're gonna present the integration features. We're gonna split into two parts, because I'm going to be focusing on the marketplace. Felix is going to be focused on the food deliveries. We're going to explain as well a little summary of what are the real benefits for our clients in APAC. Obviously, we'll do a demo and quick Q&A session also. So, you probably all know Amazon, okay? And I see some colleagues that were from Belgium office that probably have no idea what we're talking about here, about those integration. So let me give you a little bit of context. Shopee, Lazada, TikTok are the three main players in APAC. This is huge, okay? And if you think about Amazon, you're just like, okay, every client wants Amazon or need Amazon in order to diversify their commerce and to open new sales channel, okay? In APAC, it's not so much Amazon only. It's Shopee and it's Lazada and it's TikTok shop. TikTok, no need to introduce that, okay? So for Shopee, it's a Singaporean company, has more than 60% of the market, a super large user base as well, and has a mobile first approach, okay? So a lot of our clients, they are on Shopee. Why? Because having a traditional e-commerce might be super expensive for them, okay? You probably don't have the resource, you probably don't have access to like a designer or whatever. It is way more easier for them, for our APAC clients, to have for them to sell on those platforms, okay? And also it's very cheap, okay? 2026, we're gonna see more and more of that. I think about countries like Vietnam and Thailand, for example. It's more about social commerce than traditional e-commerce, okay? And coming back from the web design team as well, I'm not saying that we should completely remove e-commerce. No, it's a combination of sales channel. It's what we call omnichannel, having multiple sales channel at the same time, okay? So you want your clients to grow, you want your client to generate more business. This is why we need to enable those platforms, those marketplaces for our clients. Now, what are those marketplaces actually doing, okay? Again, for the one that don't know Shopee, Lazada, or whatever, think about Amazon, okay? It's just a seller platform, okay? Linking that, bridging that with Odoo will help having the sales integrated in Odoo. We fetch the sales order directly in Odoo. And then what's happening after the sales, okay? We have the order synchronization, but we also have the delivery, okay? Because we need to proceed with the delivery. So then, as well, when it comes to delivery, stock in or out, the stock will be updated. Think about Odoo as the main inventory system, okay? So that's why having multiple channel, one sales channel, having one inventory system is such a good opportunity. Then as well, like I said, you want your clients to grow, okay? So if you have a way to compare which platform, which marketplace is actually selling better or selling faster, which product and everything, that's such key data for your clients to take informed decision. So this is why as well you will have access to a unified dashboard. So technically and basically what we're trying to do here is to have affordable all-in-one marketplace. That was for the theory, but what's in reality? I have a client, Vanessa is not the real name, okay, but for privacy issue I'm not going to say anything. So my client, Vanessa from Philippines, She sells on Lazada, she sells on TikTok, she sells on Shopee. And on top of that, she's using Odoo. And Odoo is her system, is her ERP for the stock, is her ERP for invoicing and accounting. And when I started working with Vanessa, she was like, what is your solution for me to have all of those cells in Odoo? Well, back then my answer was just, you need to extract, and then you need to consolidate, and you need to import. Imagine her face when I said that to her, especially when she told me, you have no idea what's my volume, and it's probably my case, but if it's my case, it's probably the case of like lots of users. And you're telling me, Odoo all-in-one business solution, I cannot have easy access to fetch those data, and so that I don't have to do that. Well, now it's possible, so that this person doesn't have to do it manually, and then the system does it for her. So what if I show you actually what it is? So I have here my database. Also pay attention that the Wi-Fi here is a little bit slow, okay? So stay with me. So first of all, in my database, I have the sales app. All right, let me refresh. Good. I have my sales app, okay? Sales app, no need to introduce that. That's where I centralize all my sales order coming from whatever source, okay? Here, what I see, I have different sales order. And if I really want to see from which stream the sales order is coming from, I just have to enable the TikTok, the Lazada, the Shopee reference, okay? So for example, I can see that this one, all of those are coming from Lazada. And then those ones, they're coming from TikTok. But on top of that, my client is probably not just gonna look at this list, okay? She probably wants to group by sales team. Sales team, to have a better understanding, or actually, my Shopee shop is doing well, okay? But my Lazada Philippines is doing even better. And probably I'm selling the exact same product on both, okay? But I have more clients on Lazada than on Shopee or anything, okay? And my TikTok thing is here. Okay, how do I get those sales directly in Odoo? Let me show you those integration. So here in the configuration, you can see that I have Shopee, Lazada, TikTok, okay? We already introduced Shopee, okay? It's no big news, so I'm gonna show you Lazada, okay? So on Lazada, something as well, and on all of those marketplaces, you can have one account, multiple shop, multiple accounts, multiple shop, okay? You're not limited into how shops you can have. So here for my Lazada shop Philippines, as you can see, I have few key information, okay? The first one is the last order synchronization date. This is very important. The first time you are going to synchronize the connector, you probably want to fetch orders that were made before, okay? And keep in mind that we only fetch order that needs a fulfillment. Orders that are already canceled, we are not going to fetch that in the system, all right? Also, like I said, super important to be able to do reporting, okay? So that's why you're going to assign a sales team or a salesperson to be able to see from which source the sales is coming from. The inventory part, okay, like I said, client have to consider Odoo as the main inventory system, okay? So inventory will be handled in Odoo, can have one warehouse per marketplace, and then the stock can be pushed to those marketplaces and keep updated. This will help avoid stock out, for example. So those buttons, normally you don't see them. That's the mechanic behind every synchronization, okay? For the sake of the demo, I'm gonna click on those buttons, but normally it is a recurring action that runs at the back, so no one has to do manual intervention, okay? We fetch the order, the delivery is created, we fetch as well we fetch the shipping label, okay, to put on the package, and then that's it, all right? So for my Lazada shop, I would like to show a real case. So first of all, maybe if you're not too familiar with that, because obviously maybe a lot of us, we don't have like a Shopee shop or Lazada or whatever, this is what clients have, okay? This is called a seller center. So this is where they see the orders, okay? This is where they have the product catalog, okay? And now talking about the product catalog, I want to mention something else. The product catalog is a key element into this bridge, into this connection. You don't want to fetch product from those marketplaces, put it in Odoo and have duplicates, okay? So we have an auto matching that will match Odoo SKU reference with the SKU reference that we have on those marketplaces, for example. So you see here, my seller SKU mug 123 must be the exact same as what I have in my Odoo product catalog. Product. Okay. Let me look for my mug. It is this one. Okay. We do a matching, but it doesn't mean that we match the title, for example. A key strategy on those marketplaces as well, they do a little bit of optimization. So in the title, you are on those marketplaces, you need to input a lot of keywords and everything. Things that you don't want into your real catalog in Odoo. Because if you have a proper e-commerce, you don't want to have beautiful mug, plastic, edition 2016, Odoo, Love Fabien, everything like that. Okay, you want to stay very simple and practical. All right, let's go back to creating the test case on Lazada. Let me as well go back on my Lazada shop from here, and then let's stay there. All right. So to do the testing, I'm just going to copy the product ID here, and then create a test case. I need to refresh. Tu te souviens lequel c'était?
No demo of that.
All right, that's how it goes. Anyway, we'll have more content about that. It was just a test case, okay, but I think that would have been very useful for you to just see. Anyway, my connector is still synchronized, okay, so I'm just going to click on synchronize the order, and potentially the number is going to increase a little bit, okay, because it's already synchronized. All right, so if I go to my order, then I can see that some orders are already canceled, but I prepared a few others. So what we get, okay? If you're worried about the customer information here, this is nothing that we actually can do, is what information those platforms are willing to share with us, okay? So we get the products, okay? We get the Lazada reference, because if we need, for some reason, to go and retrieve the real order on those platforms, we're gonna need that, okay? So we have the products. Then it does trigger as well the delivery, okay? So I need for that client to deliver 2 mug plastic, okay? And then as well, I'm just gonna open the shipping label, okay? So that would be the shipping label to put on the package, okay? Another option that I wanted to show you is to split in pack. Let's say that you have a client that buy quantity 10, but actually you cannot do a package for 10. You want to split in 5, okay? So this is also another option, and that will update the shipping label automatically. All right. So that would be for the Lazada, the Shopee, and the TikTok. It is exactly the same process. We fetch the order, it triggers the delivery, we fetch the label, and so that the client can finish with the inventory. And then we push again the stock updates. Okay, so all marketplace are going to be integrated into Odoo. And like I said, to finish on that, to give Felix the floor, this is what matters, the dashboard, okay? You want your clients to be looking at only one screen, Odoo, okay? And in Odoo, they can then, the sales team, they can then select whatever sales team to look at, okay? So I know that in TikTok, it's actually decreasing. Why is it decreasing? Maybe do I need to take any action? Maybe should I do more marketing on that, okay? So this is the real purpose here, to help your client get better information, do less manual operation, and probably have more business in the future. All right, so that was for the marketplace, and then Felix is gonna explain about the food delivery.
Thank you for everything, Jessica. I think we saw a bit what happened when you try to demo integrations live. Always something that goes wrong, sadly. So on my side, I'm going to talk a bit to you with the times remaining about the food delivery integrations. So that means in our effort to localize more and more the F&B for all around the world. So we started in Belgium. I think Fabien announced 1,000 restaurants in the last few months that have started using Odoo. But we want to do the same thing in Southeast Asia and Asia in general. That being said, in Asia, I think there is a bit of a different market. We are still working on a lot of things, but one of the things that we feel is really needed is integration with food delivery, because that's really part of every restaurant's business. Everybody's integrated with those food delivery platform and is selling a lot through them. And it's really a shame, just like the marketplaces, that all that information doesn't come into Odoo and that people have to do so much manual work. So what we are targeting first is to integrate with these 4 platforms. We chose them because Grab and Foodpanda are the massive giants in Asia. They cover most of the countries, but we also wanted to target specifically countries where we have an office and we have a strong presence. So that means Indonesia and Hong Kong. So we chose these 4 platforms and we're going to integrate with them. And today I'm going to do a small demo on Grab to show you how it will look like. But you can really imagine the same thing as marketplaces, the same flows across those 4 applications. Everything should be synchronized, and you have everything in one platform and one source of truth for everything. So same as for the marketplace, you can have multiple restaurants, you can have multiple accounts, and across multiple countries, all of that in your database with multi-company. You can synchronize the menu and the orders. So the menu means you push your menu to the platform, and that includes the photo, the descriptions, the title. So you have the similarity across all the different platforms, and you have one source of truth for everything. Same for the prices. And then we fetch the orders. So whenever someone makes an order on those platforms, it's fetched and it appears directly in your point of sale. Then people in your team can take actions on those, and they don't need to still rely on those machines that just prints a ticket and then you have to run to the kitchen to give it. Everything would be done through Odoo with the kitchen display or the printer, which means in the kitchen you have directly the orders that arrive, and people can prepare a bag with the ticket, the order is ready, people pack it, and then at the end of the day you have unified dashboard, just like the marketplace, where literally all the different orders from the different platforms are gathered, and you can make actual BI analysis and look into the trends, also look into the customers, because you get the information about who is purchasing what, and kind of see who is recurringly buying from you, maybe push some marketing, those kind of things. So the idea here is really all-in-one system and simplify your life, help you do more in less time. That's really, I think, a good motto that we have at Odoo. So on my side, I have a use case. It's a restaurant in Indonesia, and he has a lot of orders. Two providers in Indonesia, the main ones, Grab and GoFood. So monthly, a lot of orders, a lot of tickets to then re-encode or export from those platforms and register everything inside of Odoo. Let's see how we can help him. So what I have here is the point of sale and a kitchen display. And in my database, you can see I have the platform providers. with GrabFood and GoFood. GoFood is not installed. As we add more providers, you will have more providers here. We're already looking into Kita and Foodpanda. Then you have one account. You can have actually multiple accounts. You can duplicate them, all your credentials, all the things that you need to use in the settings. And then you can create entities. So within one account, you can actually manage multiple restaurants, because of course you have multiple branches maybe across the city, or you have within the same restaurants, you do multiple brands. That's also something that's possible, and we will see that in the entities, you have quite some leverage. You have quite some ways to customize a bit what kind of product and what kind of price you are showing. So you can see that we have a price list, but maybe, I mean, most people do, they want to have different price lists per maybe delivery is more expensive than when you come takeout. So you can actually do an advanced price and really dig down those different categories and then assign a different price list. So that's linked to one restaurant, which is the point of sale. And you can also have the service hours, so say when the restaurant is open. All of that will be pushed to the platform. So you can synchronize the service hours and synchronize the menu. I've already done that. And we can see here that we have the menu for our POS. So you can see if I was to get someone inside of my restaurant, I could order a pizza vegetarian, but I can also have someone that opens their app and makes an order. So let's say they want pizza vegetarian and with mushrooms, and then they add it to their basket and place an order. So now you can see the platform has received an order, so you can just click here to access it, or you go in the orders and then you have different categories. So you have takeouts, delivery, and all the platform orders. Here you can see you have GrabFood, but you would have the different delivery providers. So you could have GoFood, you could have Kita, and all of those would appear here. Now you can see those, this is the active ones, but you can also see all the paid ones that I have done when I was testing before. And then you can group them by delivery, the takeouts. Some of them had a time that you want to see at which time it's going to arrive, at which time people are going to expect the food. So now if we take this order, we can accept it. So I'm going to accept the order, and this information is then passed to Grab. So on Grab side, they know that you accepted the order and that you're actually going to cook it. So order is accepted. And from there, you have in your kitchen display, so in your kitchen, the staff is actually aware that they have to cook something. They know that it's a GrabFood order. They can prepare it, they can mark it as completed, and then the staff that is receiving that food can then see in which pack it should go, and they can put it in the right paper bag, put the ticket on it, and then mark it as done. Once this is done, then the food is marked as being ready, and on GrabFood side, they would do the work of assigning a driver, mark that the driver has arrived, and you can see those information appear in Odoo. So driver has been allocated, the driver has arrived, and then finally the order is collected. So order collected and then order delivered. And when the order is delivered, it doesn't appear anymore in your dashboard, it goes in the paid orders. So with time, things are automatically removed, but you still keep the orders that have not yet been delivered, so in case there is an issue, you can simply easily find it. I don't have much time. No. One last thing I can tell you about this order is that you can also pinpoint specific products and market them as unavailable, and automatically it will be marked as unavailable on the platform orders. So through the day, if you are out of stock, you can just remove it instead of cancelling every time the orders. And same thing, you can cancel the order from the interface if you are not able to serve it. So for the 5 seconds remaining, I'll not have time to speak much more, but yeah, that's really everything about this integration, both for the marketplace and for the food delivery. We really hope that it's going to allow people to streamline their operation in one system and aggregate all those different platforms into one spot. Have a cohesive experience for their staff also, where they only need to use Odoo. They don't need to have access to 50,000 different external website, they just use Odoo, and you can keep all of that managed by one person for the backends of those other applications. So that will be it. I think if you have questions, you will have to come to us after and ask us, or maybe there's a bit more time. Great.
Question.
So, on which version is this available?
Sorry.
On which version is this
Yeah.
available?
So currently, if you open Odoo, you will not see these integrations. They have not been merged yet. They are completely new modules, so we are able to merge them in 19 after the Odoo experience. So the R&D team will be working on that in the coming weeks, and this feature we hope is going to be available soon, both for the marketplace and for the food delivery. Marketplace, we already have Shopee. TikTok and Lazada are going to come in a couple of weeks, we hope.
Is it free or is it an extra cost?
Yeah, so there is no extra cost. You just request an API key from the website of the providers, and then you can just start using the system. We're not charging anything, and all the data stays on your database. It doesn't even go through us, except for Shopee. We have a feature where you can go through IAP. If you are a seller that sells very low amounts of products, you will have to go through us because we need to kind of white label you. But if you have a large amount of orders, Shopee would just give you API keys, and then you can just use the integrations. So everything is free of charge.
What is the limit for amount of shops?
The limit for amount of
For
shops?
the amount of shops, yes.
No limit. No, you can have as much as you want. Some clients, they have a couple or 5 or 6, but yeah, there is no limit as such. Yeah.
Thank you.
As many accounts, as many shops as you want.
Yeah.
And is Lazada integration already available now?
It's not available now. It's going to be available in a couple of weeks.
Yep, a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
After the Odoo experience, the team is going to work on merging all of those. There was other priorities, things that couldn't wait for after the freeze, but yeah, we'll be looking to merge that in the coming weeks.
Perfect. Thank you.
In version 19.
Thank you.
Thank you.